Said it's your boy, P Original, Mr. Influential. Hot topic conversation, stimulate your mental. Two cool brothers, same father, same mother. If you're looking for a show like this, you'll never find another. Why? Cause it's the Porch Podcast, so come on. Yeah, so it's the Porch Podcast. Yup, so it's the Porch Podcast, so come on. Yeah, so it's the Porch Podcast. Let's go.
Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
The original, baby. Welcome back, y'all. You know, as we say each and every week, you know that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you. New week.
New episode.
Yes, sir. Episode number
230?
He's right.
30.
He's got it. He's 30, got it, guys. Yeah. He's got it.
Yeah. I was a little
by
off.
Gosh, he's got it.
By golly.
Yeah.
That's not what he said. He said, by gosh.
It's one of them.
It's all right.
One of them. We covered it, man.
Yeah.
You know,
230, though.
Absolutely. 230 episodes.
Damn.
You know, of straight fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what the kids say.
Yeah, straight. Yeah, that's what the kids say.
Now, we used to say fire back. And it's funny because I literally was just talking to somebody about how we still supposed to use the words we was using when we was come up. Don't try to mess with these kids' words now. Let them.
Well, no, I agree with that part. Maybe we should like kind of leave certain terms with them.
Yeah.
But there is some things we probably used to say before that I mean, like, so, all right, so what, this is kind of like, before even, this is me eat, like fresh.
Yeah.
Like, is fresh too old?
Nah, fresh is too old.
That's too funky fresh.
Funky fresh is
it's
too old.
It's even older.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, certain things like.
No, I'm not saying, what I'm saying is, the words are still acceptable nowadays.
Yeah.
Right? That's funny how you said that funky fresh, because we used to say, but you can still say dope.
Yeah, timeless.
Yeah.
Dope is timeless.
Yeah, that's still
dope is timeless.
That's dope. That's ill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Timeless.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well,
ill don't
like,
use enough.
I don't that's about to say you can't use it because like if a young person said ill right now, it'd be like, what you know about ill?
Yeah.
So we can't bring that to them, you know what I mean?
No, we don't bring it to them.
Yeah.
See,
but I mean, like, dope can cross back. What I'm saying is dope
is timeless.
It's timeless.
Right.
Right? So we can do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's you know.
I don't gotta have no examples. Shit that we still say. Put what I'm
making. We already had one, dope.
Yeah. But what I'm doing is, it's like, I dislike when the adults try to talk like they kids. You let them know you understand what you're saying.
Because half the time they're using it wrong.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they'll say it and then ask, did I use that right? Like, why would you say it if you don't know if you use it right?
You know what I mean?
So yeah, so how you been, man?
Great.
Good. What's up?
Really, you know, I really relaxed all that. What did I do other than relax? What I do? I don't know. I just was chilling, man.
Yeah.
I was chilling, man. I went to did I go? Went to Columbus yesterday. You know what I mean?
Good old Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally went down there for just fruits and vegetables, man, and got back up out.
Well, it's a farmer's market.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
you know, it's kind of what you were supposed to go for.
Yeah.
It's like if you'd have went, like I went and got tomatoes and a bike tire. You know, you'd be like, see how you can get all that at one spot?
One spot.
When they made it was a farmer's market.
Have an a sweet Italian sausage. Pause.
Okay.
It did get that. It was amazing too.
You didn't go for that, but it were there. You know what I'm saying?
I did. I said I was going.
You specifically went for an Italian sausage? That's what I'm saying.
But I say, well,
you was there though. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You didn't
see how we.
You didn't. Yeah. Well, I fed off you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Check that out. Make sure that. Yeah. What's up? All right.
Yeah, but that was just. But Saturday I pretty much was in the crib, man. You know, Friday, you know, I just really hung out with the wife this weekend, man. I ain't do much at all the whole weekend.
Man, I can dig it. I can dig it. Nice. Yeah, the little Valans was over.
They always there, man.
Yeah,
They came by Friday for a little bit, then they was there yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to little nephew Valans, man.
His nephew Valans.
You know what I mean?
Tristan and
you gotta call them, like, hey, you might they little Valans on the show because we don't, you know.
Yeah, it's all right.
Like, no, we might not be.
Bubs, what's up, nephew?
You can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let them, you know, get to the next level of security.
Bubs and Killer. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Yeah.
Even
I can dig it. That's what's up, man.
Even though Bug used to be Killer back in the day.
Okay. But that was good, man.
Toast.
Absolutely. Weekend was nice.
Yep. Did that.
Out of control. Look at that.
Yeah, brother. Too cool.
That's why you got to watch the show. Because if you're listening to it, you don't know what just happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His mouth got loose.
Damn, Paul.
Yeah.
Man, her mouth get loose, man.
Yeah, LL. Loose mouth.
Mush mouth, like
loose.
Or Fat
Yeah,
Albert.
yeah. But
Yeah.
good weekend, man. So talk to you about the whole ABC dating thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
This month was my wife's.
Okay.
So what letters did she have? E and F. She had A, B, I had C, D, E, F. So she had E and F. And what she decided to do was, so we went to Atlantic City, which was nice. We went to Cuba Libre. You know what I mean? It's Cuban food, delicious. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Took some time to then hang out a little bit, and then she was like, let's take a walk down the boardwalk. I'm with all of that. I'm like, all right, cool. Grown and sexy, you know what I mean? It's kind of, nice evening in the back, back in the evening, because the early part of the day we had to take care of some other stuff. Go down the boardwalk hall, and we was going to go check out, Anthony Hamilton and Fantasia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was at Boardwalk Hall.
Yeah.
Which is basically right there next to because Cuba Libre is inside of Trop, yeah.
Yeah. So,
down there in the little
what's the name is going towards Caesars.
Caesars, yeah. Going back the other way. Yeah.
So
but it's right there.
It ain't far at all.
It ain't far. It ain't far. Walking wise, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah. You ain't gotta move the car.
No,
you ain't got to move the car.
No.
It depending on the type of person you is. But you don't have to.
If you
move the car.
physically can't manage, they even got the joints on the boardwalk though.
That the dude would push.
Yeah, you ain't. And you got to think $30 a part.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put. It ain't worth another $30 to go right there. You know what I mean? So anyway, long and short of that situation, went into to the concert. Yeah. I'm gonna say this about the concert, man, because tonight episode is gonna be. Heavy conversation about just experience.
Right.
Price of experiences and all those other things. So experience. So when we get in there, I don't know who we're going to see, none of that kind of stuff. I realize it. No, I got to keep it a stack. While we're walking down the boardwalk, a guy jumps out. He got the T-shirts. Yo, got the Fantasia T-shirts.
Yeah.
Get them now. So I see him, but I act like I don't see him. I catch him, though.
Yeah.
So, the wife look at me, and the smirk come over her face, and I look away.
Yeah.
So I look back. She was like, she's trying to see if I'm going to pause my conversation. Kept walking. I'm like, yeah, babe. So anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know where we walking down to or whatever. She kept insisting, like, your meta glasses. I was like, something was going on. I was like, nah, I'm leaving in the vehicle. I don't feel like wearing them at night. It's getting dark.
Yeah.
She was like, you might need your glasses. I'm like, why you keep trying to tell me?
She's giving you the hit.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm just going to take my glasses. It seemed like it's something, we're standing third, whatever. She was like, so what would you do with the glasses? I'm like, nah. I'm like, they good for POV. It's a whole conversation that's kind of like, why you keep, like, what's up? What's going on with the glasses situation?
Yeah.
See my man with the T-shirt or whatever. Keep it moving. So I got this look, and then I look away. But for her, it's like twofold. Like, he might have caught on to what's going on, but then that's like he always watching somebody move fast and funny anyway. He might just be on the security mind anyway.
Right.
So I'm like, keep it moving, get in line. So he's like, I see all these people down there. Boy, clearly can see the line. Mm-hmm. We there earlier, whatever. We get in line. First dude, they get ready to go through security. Drunk. Super drunk. But what's up then? It's like 6 joints, right? The security thing, right? Yeah. You come through, hold on 1 second, put everything in the cup. I mean, a little bowl joint going through. So me and Peach catch the first joint. We like, yeah, this nice little, it ain't long, the line ain't long, whatever. What's up? Man, I don't care about security. Word is fine. Hold up. So now, everybody else, the lines is going in. So Peach like, You should jump over here, huh, babe? I'm like, nah. Using this, it's good, baby. Stay right here. We about to move. I'm like, we good. She looking like, nah, you just. I'm like, nah, we good. I'm trying to see where he at.
Yeah.
So he start yelling now. Now the police come. They take him over to the side. Now his girl got to get in line. Now, mind you, this is like really just crazy.
Yeah.
Finally gets in. You know what I mean?
I already know what happened.
Yeah.
They took his powder, man. When he reached in his pockets and put it in the bucket, he forgot it was there.
Well, he had his belt off.
Because he was already pepper bombed. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. No, that's a fact. I don't offer
he was already powder. Bitch, I know what it was.
Maybe, E. But I know, E, when I tell you the first dude, just imagine, E, you see the line, and it's like, all right, yeah, this is going to be swift. Well, what's up? The first dude, E. I was like, yo, man, what's going on? So,
how old his brother look?
Oh, easily in his 40s, mid to late 40s, easily.
All right.
Easily, bro. So, they trying, everything cool. They get everything worked out or whatever. Moving to the side, we get inside. So, when we get inside, it's crazy because I know it's legal. Like, I know it's legal. Like, anyway, y'all know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
I know it's legal a lot of places.
Yeah.
Heavy, right?
Oh, I saw you smell.
Heavy.
Yeah.
So they catch another set of jokers in the bathroom.
It was 420 friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caught another set of jokers in the bathroom. Out of here. So I'm like, damn, I know Anthony Hamilton and Fantasia probably like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm quite sure they deal with that in every city where they go, wherever.
Right.
So now, mind you, when we get to our seats or whatever, and it's, bro, when I tell you it's just, it's Woodstock. It's crazy. So I'm looking at the wife like, I hope she can, hang in there. Because eventually after a while, bro, I just stopped even, it's everywhere at this point. We got to make a decision. We either going to tough it out or we either going to leave. Once it got started, though, I knew she wasn't going to, she loves concerts. I knew she wasn't going nowhere or whatever. And it was just hilarious because as the time went on, it got so crazy that when Fantasia came out, she said, what's up, Atlantic City? Mm-hmm. I know y'all ready to party because I can smell the weed up here. The DJ was nasty. I shout out. He was funny. Yo, he was nice though. He was nice. He reminded me of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it was crazy because when I seen him DJ and he was like, well, my 30s and olders. And they make a little noise. My 35 and olders. They make a little noise. They keep going up. Right around ours was the loudest. Mm-hmm. But it makes sense. You got to think of the time. You got Anthony Hamilton, Fantasia. Yeah. That's us. Wait, that makes all the sense in the world. Mm-hmm. Most of them in there, and the Chiefs, they had to be chiefing the most too.
Of course.
Chiefing the most too.
Of course.
Now, I'm going to say this before we move on to the show because I just want to wrap this. I'm going to definitely make this. I said I was going to say this. I didn't know Anthony Hamilton can dance like that.
I didn't know that either. He was there. He's Mike Jackson dancing.
Like powder moves, but there's like.
They don't get on stage too much. Yeah, they do.
But I'm not saying I'm just playing.
Might have been. But that H.
Nah,
I'm not. That's not H.
But the dance move was crazy.
Yeah.
He can dance. I didn't realize he could do that. Put the work in. And at 55 years old, he moved better than some jokers that's 35 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean? And wonderful performance.
It's only certain things give you 20 years back, man.
I felt bad. I'm gonna tell you something. I felt bad for the guy. Yeah, yo, you off the chain. For the first guy to opening that. I think his name was Mark Williams, Mr. R&B. Shout out to you, brother. Yeah. You tried. You came out there. He's singing. Jokers are still coming from the bathroom, moving around. And he going through his whole joint, about 3-4 of them joints.
Yeah.
And like nobody was really paying him any attention. And it was like I'm sitting there, I'm like watching. He had his video on.
You putting that work in though, bro. You gonna be just fine.
And then he said, Y'all get ready for a great show tonight. You know what I mean? That's my time. And everybody went crazy. And he was like, like word is behind you. I said, that's my time.
They played him?
They played him with the clapping on that.
Guess what? Mark Williams?
Yeah, Mr. R. They call him Mr.
R&B.
Yeah.
Hey, man, keep doing what you doing, bro, because guess what? You won. You was on the stage.
Yeah.
Mostly everybody in there that cheered that you was getting off,
Yeah.
they had to pay. You got paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's clap it up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right, that's the wrong one, Mark. I'm laughing still at that shit a little bit, but at the same time, I meant what I said.
Yeah, he big one guy.
What I said.
It hit the laughing joint. That's crazy.
Nah, because the shit's it's kind of funny still. But you know, I would have laughed at it if that was me.
That's
I'd have been like, damn. I'd have been like, damn, y'all did me like that.
I was just like, he had to catch himself. He was like, good night, y'all. Told Pete. I was like, nah. She was like, baby, you crazy. I was like, nah.
Now, if that was you, how would that have made you feel?
Ah, man. It depends. If that was my first show ever, I would have been like, oh, that would have been crushing. Yeah. But if that's every city, like, I ain't trying to be funny, but like you said, he gotta earn it. He gotta earn it.
He on the tour, man.
He'll be all right.
He's on the tour.
He's on the tour. He won. North Carolina representatives did well. Whoever put that together, they complement each other very well, in my opinion. Anthony Hamilton and Fantasia, because they both got, those sultry voices.
They probably got the same management, or their management
possibly,
is cool with each other. Yeah.
Possibly. But whoever it is, like I said, man, phenomenal show. Highly recommend if you get a chance to check it out. Make sure you do. But let's get into this week's episode, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get into it, brother. Make sure I got everything up where I want to. You know how we started off every time, man. With a quote of the day, y'all. Quote of the day. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Mae West. Once again, you only live once. But if you do it right, once is enough. You agree?
I do.
Okay. Okay, break it down, brother. You know what I mean? Why do you agree?
Say it one more time. Once?
Yeah, we got to get him back, y'all.
No, I was looking at the managers.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if they had the
that's
same
why we
managers.
got to get the produce. Yo, next time, just look that up for us, yo. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough.
First of all, I gotta go with a logical answer. We've always been taught that we only get one time anyway.
Okay.
But if you live your life right to the fullest,
Yes.
once is enough.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's basically how you breaking it down.
Right.
I agree with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you live a fulfilled life, like I told you, one of my favorite motivational speakers, Les Brown, said he said, I want to live on full and die on empty.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, the gas tank analogy, obviously, is, to me, it gets right to the point of what's going on.
You get a whole lot of tank fill ups still first though, man.
Well, yeah. What I mean? Of course. That's the objective. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think that everything that we've been talking about lately, bro, me and you been having a lot of sidebar conversations about experience. The cost of experience, but not just the financial cost. The life cost, right? The time cost. You know what I'm... It's like
the time goes
the
like
guy,
this.
I told
That's what
you,
he did, man.
Like, he catches on it like this. It's something that happens real quick, and then he's just like, I like that part right there, be the finger part. Like, so anyway, man, the time part of the situation. I want to talk to you because me and you had a conversation recently about how just one of the things we was talking about is these ticket prices for Jay-Z's concert.
Oh, yeah.
Me and you had a really in-depth conversation about experience.
Right.
And how sometimes I think that we overlook the value of experience because we only focus on the monetary investment, not the life investment.
Right.
And I wanted to talk more about that tonight because I think we do that with a lot of things. There's something, like I said, with the quote of the day. If you do it right, once is enough.
Absolutely.
So what's your take on that situation? Like me and you were just talking about this whole thing with the cost of the tickets and all that kind of stuff. Just using that. As
some
part of
people look at them as being expensive, and they were high.
Okay.
But it's also like the saying, "You get what you pay for."
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's nobody's wrong. Both things can be true.
Mm-hmm.
To some people, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for that because I want to see that.
Yeah.
And then some people saying, I want to see that, but I ain't paying for that.
Yeah.
Both things could be true.
Absolutely.
The thing is, certain experiences, if you want to live them, we just live in a world now where it's got to be paid for, and when it's be paid for, it's some money. Now, I'm not telling anybody to go out here and, jack your finances up.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So and the price that I got for mine is probably just a little bit more than what people was paying for one Chris Brown joint.
Right, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And that's but the Chris Brown price is costing marriages.
Right.
That's a whole nother conversation about that experience. We definitely that's the thing. But I agree with you with the Jay-Z thing as far as the whole. First and foremost, the experience piece to me and you was talking about, like I said, once again, like you said, both things can be true. It could be more than you're willing to spend.
Right.
Doesn't reduce the experience.
No.
It doesn't make it any less, memorable or special or any of those things. Because you turn around and say to the person, okay, so if the tickets was $50 a piece, would the experience be what? It'd be better because it was cheaper? No. It would the experience would still be the experience.
It just sold out faster.
Right. And the price of it, what I'm saying is a lot of times price determines the value, where I think the experience shouldn't always be determined by the expense of it. You know what I mean? And I know sometimes people look at EXP, you know what I mean, experience and expensive. It doesn't necessarily always have to go hand in hand. I think personally, if it only presents itself at one opportune time, can you afford to not? Becomes the question to some degree, right? Like if you always had it on, like me and you don't have bucket lists, but we have conversations about bucket lists. If you had it on your bucket list, like, yo, I want to see, Jay-Z live. And this is the last time he's ever going to perform live or something like that. I don't know what other opportunities you're going to have.
It's funny because that kind of really was part of my decision, because I've never, me being in the music, I was having this conversation one time explaining to people that it's certain people that I just wanted to see in concert that I've never really seen. You know what I mean? Like, because of what they did for music. Like, Chris Brown's tour was really for women, but I wanted to go to that show. Because I look at him, as now, he in my opinion, he's basically surpassed Mike in a sense.
Okay. Because
it's just how long. Not saying Mike wasn't going as long as he was going, but Chris is it's a different thing. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it's very comparable, but
very much so.
Yeah, very comparable.
Yeah. Plus, generation of people that didn't even experience the other part.
Right. But I would love to see him perform.
Yeah.
So even when, and I, the On the Run tours or the Carter tours, I've never seen Jay-Z and Beyonce. Last time I seen Jay-Z perform, it was in 2000. That's how long ago it was. 2000.
Mm-hmm.
At one of the powerhouses. Mm-hmm. And I know it was 2000 because they was doing stuff off the Dynasty album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's the last time I seen him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before he was anywhere near what he is. Look at what it was. He was doing Powerhouse and Summer Jam. He been stopped doing stuff like that.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But even during that time, that was part of his experience.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so that's the thing that's like a little bit like,
experiences are necessary.
Yeah, like me and you had a conversation before, bro, about cheap versus expensive, right?
Well, it's luxury. They call it luxury.
Call it luxury.
Yeah.
But we had even that, like you said, the luxury aspect of things, like what determines something to be a luxury, right? Is it the fact that the cost of it?
For some people.
And see how you said that? Because for a person, that's why, because my theory is this: whether you have it or don't have it, you got to determine what's a luxury and what's expensive. Like, you got to determine that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If money is the only thing, to me, then it's just a situation of whether you can afford it or not.
Right.
But if it's like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity situation, that's a different level of expense. That's not the same thing.
We label it as luxury. Is basically what we saying.
Yeah,
Yep.
we label and like even like I was saying,
Society as well. That's what I'm saying.
hey, bro, like a question I got for you, Ben. Does the price tag of experience determine its value?
Does the price?
Does the price tag of the experience determine its value?
I would have to say yes to a certain extent because it depends on how you see value. If is it valuable for you, just valuable, a valuable thing? I'm gonna say no because listen, if I came downstairs right now and we wasn't around, I said, "Here, bro, I know you know if you're hungry. I got you this spaghetti, right?"
Yeah,
And you turn around and be like, "Oh," you'd be like, "Oh, I ain't got no forks." A plastic fork is very valuable to you at that moment.
sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
But what I'm also talking about value is people look at things and say its value is very valuable because of how much it costs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When in actuality, like when me and you were speaking on luxury, it's not the actual tangible thing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What it is the experience of purchasing this tangible
Sure.
thing. You go to certain stores and certain things, and you're buying designer
Rolexes and all that kind of
clothes
stuff.
and
Watches.
and
You
all
got to
that.
get on a list for some of these
Oh
things.
yeah. So the exclusiveness makes it a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
and you also letting people know the market that I'm chasing after is the market that can afford this. They're the cheapest that I'm going. Let's just say $1,500 or something, and let's just say it's a. You know, it's a scarf. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, or maybe a fur or something like that. 15, like they'll look at it and say, that's it. So my point I'm making about that whole situation, that makes people realize because it looks at it and say, damn, they did spend that much money. But again, it all depends on another thing, the environment that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen something, man, and I don't even know how true it is. It was a video playing, and I didn't even see it. I was hearing it as I was leaving the house to come here. And Lee had it playing. It was a video saying that this dude said he worked at a secret Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
And he broke it down. He was like, living in California, you ever realize like how you never just see like Will Smith stuck in traffic anywhere or this,
Mm-hmm.
this, and that? What he was saying is it was secret tunnels under L.A.
Mm-hmm.
that take you to LAX, tell you this, where these 1% be traveling and nobody, and they got Starbucks and everything that he worked in one of them down there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, money. But start making you think about it a
He was
little
at
bit.
a carnival when he said it.
He probably was. But that's
I
what
know
he
what
said.
section he worked in too.
Yeah, the powder section.
Funnel cake.
Funnel cake.
Definitely saying because I was waiting on you because at first you was like, yeah, I seen the video. Nah, I really heard it on.
Yeah,
the
nah,
car.
but I thought I
said,
watched
well,
it.
nah, I dreamed it. I was like, come on, man.
Nah, for real though.
Yeah.
But it's that type of thing that even if you put that thought out into the world,
Yeah.
a person to say, "Damn, what a luxury! They don't even got to get in traffic."
Yeah. Well,
But
I
if
think
it
like
really
you said it.
exists,
yeah,
if it really exists,
Yeah.
that's a value.
yeah. I mean, yes, right. And like you said, like the luxury element of that is, you know, it's really convenient. You know what I mean? Because of the fact, like you said, you're talking about L.A., you know, just the traffic and stuff like that alone, you know, that's an inconvenience for a lot of people.
Right.
And not everybody has access. Right. So that's what makes that situation different. Like even like I was saying with the situation about the price tag, whether the price tag of the experience determines its value. I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think it does.
I don't think so. I think
I said that, part of it.
Well, you explained the value.
Yeah.
And so you could do it that way. But
Right.
like, do I think that it
do it determine the price tag? No.
Does the price tag determine its value?
I thought you asked the price tag. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
does
how
the
you.
price
That's how you
tag,
said it.
yeah, of the
Yeah, to a
experience
certain
determine-
extent. But no, I don't believe it. But people believe it.
Sure.
That's why I had
Sure.
to explain it.
Yeah.
So both things could be true. But
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm more on the side of no. I don't know. I don't agree.
Yeah, because like
that's why I use the plastic fork method.
Because if you're a person who has access to the level of wealth where certain things are a lot easier for you to attain,
Right.
then price tags may not be something that you look at a whole lot of times anyway. Not saying that you just throw caution to the wind and say, I'm going to spend frivolously. But you do look up at one point or another and be like, that's probably really out of the price range of a lot of different people. Yeah. Right?
Unless you're a Valon.
Right. Of course. You know what I mean? And it's different. You know what I mean? But the experience, though, like, that's the part. Right? Does the experience, the price tag of the experience, determine the value? And if it's valuable to you, even if it's, like you said, bro, a fork or something that's, easily attainable by everybody, it still may be super valuable to you.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. So I think sometimes we cheapen things because we put a price tag on it, and sometimes we over exaggerate other things because of a price tag. Mm-hmm. And so at some point we have to have more than one reason for it to have value. Like if it only means something to you so you can turn around and say this is one of one.
Right.
Or this is one of 10 that's in the world.
Yeah. If you're a collector,
if you're a collector or something, that's fine, because that's really what you're setting out to do is to collect specific things. So you understand what comes with it. But if you're just going to be one of the many fans that goes and sees this Jay-Z concert, then that value has to be for you, because you're not even, you're just going to be amongst.
Don't nobody even know it'll go unless you tell them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that thing,
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, we all on the move, y'all. I got something for y'all today that's going to make you go wow when you see it. I got something that, because you got to travel anyway, you're on the move, whether it's business or leisure or whatever it may be, right here. Right here. Super dope bag from a super dope company called Ugly Duckling. Makes men and women apparel, top-notch stuff, quality stuff. Let me stop talking about it and let y'all see the bag. That's really what you want to see anyway, right? First off, can we talk about how I come in a nice little netted bag here? You know what I mean? I think that's pretty good. Logo on the front right here, Ugly Duckling. Can we look at the quality of the stitching? Look at the stitching, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now you check this out. You see how you got the swan? Yeah, that's nice, right? We're going to take our time. We're going to turn around and hit it with this right here. Bam! See that on the back? They ain't sparing no expense. Bam! Look at this in the back. Huh? I didn't put that on there. That's part of it, bro. That's part of it. That's part of what it comes with. Look at the style. They want to make you... Ugly Duckling. Oh, Ugly Duckling. Yeah, that's who made this right here. Yeah, uglyduckling.com. Oh, yeah, got this and a whole bunch of other stuff. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I ain't going to keep no secrets from y'all when I find a company that do it right. Huh? It's only right that I share this with y'all. So you make sure, if you in the market right now for some top quality apparel, i.e. look at my young vet salute, Jersey Cat apparel, and now, Ugly Duckling. Make sure y'all go check them out, man. Check that website out. I'm telling y'all, man. You're going to love it. All right? That's all I got to say about that. But make sure y'all go to today for this bag and all the other super dope stuff they got. Y'all be good. I got a trip I'm on. I see y'all later. Get y'all bag. I got mine. Peace, man. Woo.
On the other hand, talking about experiences. Look, man, this Chris Brown concert thing. Mm-hmm. Where do you sit at on it in terms?
That's just too much.
That's before I can fix it. Oh my God.
Worst one.
That was the worst one ever. Oh.
Yo. Oh. And leave it in the show.
You
man.
Still talking about leave it in.
Leave it in the show.
Oh yeah.
Yo, you gotta
you know what this is. So
damn, yo, hold on. You gotta think about it. The worst ever. Pause. Hold on. Pause for the beginning. That man said, where do you sit? I said, well, it depends where you at. And then I said, wow. He
said, wow, leave it in.
Leave it in. Leave you. What the?
Whoa. Okay. This Chris Brown thing is, in my opinion, out of control.
Yeah.
As two married
talking about
men,
when he kissed the wife.
Come on.
When he tongue kissed
Come on, E. We are two married men.
You do that to me when you come home You better say you had mono.
Well, you went together.
And you got...
That was I heard that the husband was there.
That was doing the crowd. I was like...
Well, that's what they was saying. I can't confirm it, but people was like, yo, the husband was there. Which, and then somebody, it got wild after that. He probably the one bought the tickets. And it just got crazy.
He did.
Probably did.
He did.
Right? But even if he didn't.
They need to check on her.
Even if.
Her throat ain't slit, is it?
Wow, I don't know. I don't know. But my thing is this.
Damn. That's crazy.
That is wild.
That's crazy.
When I saw that, the problem, I have a lot of issues with it, period. But bro, it has happened in so many times at this point that when people are starting to go to these shows now, it's almost like you wonder if it's from the mindset of a person like, yo, if I get the opportunity to get on the stage with him, I'm going to do this. Hey, I'm wondering if it's, and forgive me, ladies, for real, because I ain't trying to be funny, but if it's wives that make that decision that they're going to violate their marriage when they go to the show, if he get ready to pull me up on stage,
with all due respect,
how you feel about this? That's crazy to me.
With all due respect, ladies, herpes is real.
Wow. Right. It is. That's crazy. But like, I was talking about the disrespect. Like, you just giving them the whole different,
No, I'm just saying.
Bumpy jaw. That's crazy.
I'm just saying. First of all, the disrespect, that's pure disrespect. That's a given.
That's crazy.
That's a given. You ain't supposed to come home, babe. It was Chris Brown, though.
Yeah.
I'm leaving right out, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm going to go find one of them celebrities.
Bro, the crazy thing is...
And guess what? The celebrity could just be somebody I thought is a celebrity.
Two things. Meet and greets, $1,000. You backstage or wherever you going to have the meet and greet at, so you can only imagine if they kissing on stage in front of everybody. Mm-hmm. They know everything goes viral. Everything goes viral.
Right.
You just say, because we talking about experiences, right? We talking about experiences. This is why I'm bringing the situation up. You get an opportunity to get ready to go and see, oh, I'm a #1 Chris Brown fan. And at some point or another, you know how many arguments probably have to happen before you even go to the show? You say, yo, I wouldn't even mind going to see him myself. But you got to look at your people and see what they think, whether or not those people, your peoples, are the type that's going to respect. These are marriages.
Melita Tillman?
Nah, we'll get to that, bro. I can't think of her name right now. It's irrelevant. Not that it's irrelevant, but it'll come back. But anyway, like, could you imagine that? Like I can't even imagine the conversation. Like, you know how many, like, say for instance, it ain't even a situation.
No, I can't, bro. I can't tell you how to imagine it. Listen.
You get ready to hit Ticketmaster.com. Chris Brown, man, you're going to be in Philly. Right. How bad you want to see him? I want to see him super bad. You going to act right when we go? You might feel like, what kind of person you making me out to be? You know how many of them had to happen? Bro, we only see the videos when people go too far.
Yeah.
You know how many of them conversations had to be? We talking about the experience.
Well, that's the people, though, that actually see they lady like that.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
like, you talking about a perfectly...
My wife don't even like people that much for Chris Brown to be that much in her face. Like,
yeah, first off.
Yeah.
You got to know.
Yeah.
See, my thing is this, and I agree with you on this 1,000%, but if you got to have that conversation, you already got some question marks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you already got some stuff going on. You know what I mean? Now, I think that, people are taking this YOLO approach with these concerts. I'm trying. Listen.
I hear you, man.
I think they taking these YOLO approaches and saying, listen, it's an experience. When's the next time I'm going to get pulled up on the stage by Chris Brown?
And YOLO's going to turn into BOLOs. I'm telling you. It's happy. I'm telling you. With uppers and lowers. I'm telling you right now. Motherfuckers going to be Ninja Turtle sweeping right here. Keep it up. Shinobi 12.
I don't get it, though. And I don't get it. To my sisters, man, you know what I mean? Love y'all to life. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Me and E, we ain't around nothing but queens all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, I can't think of, I don't get it. I don't get the,
If her husband, if that,
I'm willing to risk it all. I don't get it.
give it-
And you expect him to
let's go back
understand.
to Shorty right there.
Yes.
If that really was her husband right there,
Yeah.
she don't like him.
But bro, what's crazy is I'm gonna go as far as saying this. I always say, like, you'd ask the average lady, in my opinion. I don't know every woman's thoughts. They'll tell you they know from the time that they meet a man whether or not they're gonna sleep with a man.
Yeah.
They'll tell you. I knew within X amount of time. We come into a situation, we actually are hunting them in some cases for that. We see them, oh wow, I wouldn't mind, and you go there and boom, that's the situation. You don't see a whole bunch of different ladies, you know, who are performers. Let me bring a man up here and do, like, you don't see it that way. So, like, to me, it's never a situation. I understand that there's a difference. They get looked at totally different anyway. But if you got, you know, an artist like I said, Chris Brown and your Ushers and all of that.
Jackson, they used to care back in the day.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Millie Jackson was the last one. He like no. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about now?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, the stuff we seen, for lack of terms, R. Kelly doing in concert back in the day when we seen concerts. Like I said, there's no version of it to my knowledge that's the other way. You know, Uncle Luke, you know, when you had the 2 Live Crew, you know, they used to have jokers. That was the only time you see them bring up a dude so that the dancers could do wild stuff to them. And them guys, every time they went up there, I'm telling you now, if they in something, they risking it all. They YOLO, they going crazy up there. And like you said, they turn to bolos. Mm-hmm. I just think that there is a situation, we were just talking about the experience
how
in the back.
that was too.
What Uncle was doing?
Yeah.
You're not, you know, like, yeah, Uncle Luke, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, because we're talking about experiences and you know me, my mind always thinking about experience and marketing, and I understand what you're saying, right? But you just said Uncle Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around. And what Uncle Luke did was turn around and pull the guys up the stage so the girls could dance.
Absolutely.
On. So they basically was like a traveling. I'm not going to.
I mean, like an exotic.
Yeah.
They were a
right.
For that time period, there was a name for it. I'm trying to think of what it would be. I mean, it was all entertainment.
Right.
It was all entertainment, but they were interactive, what they would say, called interactive entertainment. Right. They would bring people into the show.
So what that did was, it's because back then, you got to realize, the dudes were spending money for those shows.
Yeah.
When you look at the concerts now, it's the women
that's spending the money for the shows.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's funny, though, because I was sitting there and I was telling Lee earlier this morning, I was like, you know, it's crazy, man. When you're an artist and you can really take real life and turn to something different. Like, I was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce and how they took their real life.
Mm-hmm.
And then she made Lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
A year later, he came out with 444. And then the next year after that, it came out with Everything Is Love. And if you sit there and you look at really what it is, how the whole thing goes, they turn it into tours. They turn it into everything.
Sure.
And because they was doing what they loved together, is what tied their marriage back together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to sit back sometimes and look at the situations. Now, that, you know, I say all that to say, that Chris Brown and the wife shit, I hope that wasn't her husband.
Me too, man.
Because they had to fight, Pete. And it's... I hope the brother ain't do nothing, but somebody need to just find out.
I think that
that was a sloppy time.
I'm gonna tell you like this: like, we only hear about the ones we hear about,
right?
Like, everything don't make it to, you know. I'd say most things go viral, but bro, at this point, there's a stigma that's connected to those two guys when they go ready to have concerts and stuff. Well, I think Usher was doing like a residency or something, right? So he pretty much was in Vegas. He wasn't really going anywhere, which means you was getting in a plane or driving or wherever you was coming, flying there, and in your mind, it's going to be very difficult for a person to convince me.
See the Chris Brown concert. Sure.
But what I'm saying is somewhere in their mind, they had already made the commitment to themselves. If I get the opportunity, I'm going to risk it all. And my only thing is do you expect it to be forgiven or understood because it's a once in a lifetime experience situation? No. I can't see it. And the fact that you want me to accept that is mind blowing, because I know that there is nowhere in the world that you would ever expect or accept something like that from me. Mm-hmm. That was different. It wasn't no kiss on the cheek, not justifying or nothing. Tongue kissed that woman, man. She already laid back on the little whatever bed thing and all that.
He wanted to fight, y'all.
No, it's not about that now. Because first off, I just said it a few minutes ago. If you have to have a conversation like that, you already got other conversations you need to be having. But I do think that there's this unwritten thing where people are trying to write it off as it was part of the experience, and I think that violates certain things, and I don't think that that's acceptable in any way. Yeah. Now, if you're a single woman, you out in the world, or you're dating and you're not committed to anybody, I think that's a different situation. You're enjoying the experience differently because you're in a whole different status of life.
Yeah.
I don't think that you should do it still, because like you said a few minutes ago, it's enough stuff floating around out here that this should make you say, hey, whatever you got to do to, yeah. Because it's all fun and games until it ain't.
It's all fun and games. Nah, that's about to be nasty. I was about to say that.
That makes it different now, because it's you.
Yeah, no.
You still thought it, eh?
Yeah.
That's the wild part. You know what I mean? You do realize that even if you don't say the nasty thing you're talking, it don't make you less nasty.
Yeah, but I know what it is.
Okay.
I know that. You don't think I know that shit that you just said? We grew up in the same house.
Yeah, well, I would assume that you know.
You hear the elevator music?
Yeah. I know exactly where it's coming from. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So check it out. You know what I mean? I think it's about time for us to get into some interesting questions. Good questions.
Welcome to another episode of Good Questions, where I'm going to ask P. P's going to ask me. We're just going to be asking each other's questions. So let's get to it right now. Let's go.
Absolutely. Yo, would you rather know a lot about a few things or a few things about a lot?
You said, well, I'd rather know a lot about a
few things or a few things about a lot.
Know a lot about a few things. Damn, that shit sound like the same question almost. A lot about a few things.
Yep. Or
a few things about a lot. No, a lot about a few things.
Yeah, say it again. You got it.
Yeah, I heard it. But
no. If you don't, it can get you fast.
Yeah.
So you'd rather know a lot about a few things, is what you said.
So I could be cool with being a master at a few things.
There you go.
And just lock in. See, it's funny that you asked me that question, because I was literally just saying something, right? So I was explaining to somebody one time, and they was making a statement. I said, the only thing that separate, and we talk about all the time, is great and good, or things of that nature. The only thing is people just outwork people. They continue to work.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how you become a master at anything. You have to put in a certain amount of hours. And people always look at a formula like it's a special formula to get recognized, to do this. But you just got to put the work in.
Yeah.
Really, that's all it is.
Kev on stage just said that on the interview with R&B Money. Mm-hmm. And he said, I'm not the most talented person, but you're going to have a hard time outworking me.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm around people who are uber more talented than me as comedians. You know what I mean? He was like asking about Tony Baker and all that kind of stuff. He was like, phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I work harder than everybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm just piggybacking off of what you just said. Sometimes it's really a work ethic situation. So if you know a lot about a few things, at least you know how to apply yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you master a few different things, because sometimes if you know a little bit about a whole lot of things, that comes in handy. Don't get me wrong. But if you only know the entry level to something, but you know the entry level to 12 things, I mean, it's cool. But if I know mastery level of 6 things, well, I'll just find them 6, and I'll just keep on mastering it. So I agree with you. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'd rather know, a lot about a few things than just a few things about a lot. You know what I mean? What's one thing that you absolutely have to experience that you haven't yet that will make you feel fulfilled in life?
Yo, you looked like Mom when you asked that question. That's why I started laughing.
Okay.
What thing do I have to feel like I have to experience?
Yep.
To feel fulfilled.
Yep, to feel fully fulfilled in life.
Ownership of certain things like land,
Okay.
real estate, and just land. Like it, places is named after people and things. For example, you know what I mean. And if you own some land and now, that really leaves a legacy and a mark. Like for example, a few years ago, and I don't even know where it's at now because so much stuff when Trump wanted to build the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been about him. It's always been about immigration, building the wall. Now we got ICE. You know what I mean? That ICE been here, but you understand what I'm saying.
Got you.
I don't think it was more so about that with him. I think building that wall was the thing that was supposed to be his mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like it's easy to say we probably will never have a Donald Trump statue.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like how
Sure.
we got a Dr. King statue and Abraham Lincoln and all that type of stuff, but that wall, and if it goes up and it's built and it goes up and it's there, he's going to always be known as the president that built the wall. See, he likes to leave.
Yeah, he want to
marks.
make his mark in history.
He doesn't care how many buildings he done put.
Sure.
His name on.
But you're right. Yeah.
This is political history.
Yeah, political history. Yeah,
that's the type of person that he is.
Yeah.
So I got so deep into that for a second, I forgot exactly what the question was.
Well, the one thing that you have to do,
right?
You know what I mean?
It's just owning land and things like I said, and being able to say, and it can be sold. That's the crazy thing about it. But my kids and people that say, my dad owned this.
Oh yeah.
I look at it.
Got you. You'll feel fulfilled. You know what's funny for me? I know it may seem simple to some other people because maybe they've already experienced this in life, but things that would make me, I would say it's really two titles, and not only the two titles, but what comes along with the two titles, and that's father-in-law and grandfather. Those two things, I have aspirations to want to be one day a father-in-law and one day a grandfather.
Right.
Because I think that speaks to me in terms of fulfill. That means that if I've hit those marks for the most part, then I hit the marks I needed to as a dad, right? Because I helped get them to the point of them being able to take the baton for themselves and do what they need to do to, whatever they want to do with their life. And then to watch them and then be a part of the next generation of what me and their mother created. That to me, I would feel fulfilled. Right. To be able to say, that's my father-in-law. He raised a great wife, a great daughter who became my wife. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or that's my pop-up. You know what I'm saying? He look at how he has established himself. Like I said, I look up to the men. Like I look at my father-in-law, Pop, and I know that I'm very blessed to have that relationship. And then I look at, our dad as well as my father, and I see them both as grandfathers and how my children just love them. Their other grandchildren just love them.
You want to be a grandfather?
You ain't hear none of the other first one?
No, I heard you.
Unbelievable.
I heard you.
So at some point in my life, I'd like to be a father-in-law and a grandfather. Those things would make me feel. I know you did, but it would make me feel fulfilled because that means to me, if I've done those things, at least maybe in my thoughts, that's how I feel, that I did something right.
Right.
I did something right
legacy.
by them. So legacy, but I did something right, and that's my thing with that. Would you describe yourself as more of a calculated risk taker or a live by the seat of your pants type of person?
Calculated risk taker or
live by the seat of your pants type of person, like YOLO for real. Just like how people be like, well,
it's funny because what's funny about that, it's like when you get into an IRA or even stocks, they measure your risk level.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The bigger the risk, bigger reward.
Sure.
You know that?
Yep.
But I always fall in the middle. So I say that's the way I answer that question. Because all of it is a gamble. Life is a gamble. We scramble for money. I might crack a smile, but ain't a damn thing funny. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite lines.
Yeah. But my point I'm making is it is calculated.
Yeah.
And it is to AO. YOLO.
Yeah, I think I would say,
you know what I mean?
I would say this. There were times when I was younger, I wish I would have been more of a live by the seat of your pants person. Because I think that when you're younger, you have time. I mean, within reason, obviously. But you have time to experience certain things early enough that later on in life could be a little bit more complicated for you to try.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think about that, I think that
Here it come.
I definitely
This is
I
what he admits.
definitely say that we both
Get mad.
played in the middle.
Right.
And at some point or another, I do think about certain points in my life where if I would have been too much of a calculated risk taker, I probably wouldn't have calculated to the point where I tried it.
Right.
Where if I was fly by the seat of my pants type of person, then I could have turned around and said, you know what, I tried that situation. I should have went ahead and maybe
Pepper bomb.
took a step back and then, looked at it and regrouped and did something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I didn't do that. And so I think that I became not a calculated risk taker. And at certain points, I became a little bit more, apprehensive about even trying to become calculated. I think you become calculated, in my opinion, some people by, their own just growth and development. And I think things have to change in your life to make you that. So like when you become a parent, everything becomes calculated then. That whole aspect of you being that live by the seat of your pants, that goes away. That option kind of falls away because now I have to be very much, accountable for everything that I'm doing. That's the difference in that situation. So, but I do think that those experiences early enough in your life fuels you to not be so conditioned to kind of sit back and just accept things and, that's just the way it is. I think if you live, it ain't got to be like that. It can be there for certain things. So this is why I think personally, bro, if you ever think about it, a lot of the memories that we talk about was at times in our life where we were just like, we doing it anyway. Mm-hmm. And those things jump out to you for a reason. It's because at that moment you felt carefree. Because probably whatever made you make that decision, it was a feeling. And that's the thing I think a lot of times that we cut off in those situations. We become calculated. We try to take the feelings out of it. And in some cases, the emotions and stuff like that, it's a good thing. Because it may prevent you from doing something. But I do think at some point in your life, if you do take that, because we're talking about experiences, and you allow that to come to be, you'll be surprised at things that you probably would have discovered about yourself or just in life in general, period, earlier. So, that's my take on that. I think we've both been both. Mm-hmm. But I think at this point in life, we know who we have to be because it's more than just about us. You know what I mean? So, last question I ask you, bro. If you had a first class ticket to fly anywhere in the world, where would you go? Who would you most like to meet, and what question would you ask them?
You said one-way ticket?
No, it's a round trip, first class.
I don't know, bro.
Just in the spirit of experience, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it may not be anybody famous, it may not be.
No, I know.
It could be whoever you wanted it to be.
I don't know, and I think it's like that for me, bro. Because where I'm at in life, I know that any question that most people will probably want to ask should be something to elevate them, right?
Right. I agree. I believe so too. Yep.
But I know that for me to really elevate and grow in these situations, I just got to go into the community of it.
Yep.
And put the work in. And become a student of it. So it's hard for me to just say a specific person or, a certain question at this point in my life. I guess
No, but that makes well, that ain't even about making sense. It's your answer.
Yeah.
So it makes sense because it's your answer anyway. But
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. So the first class part of it, as far as a flight somewhere, that's just an experience. If you fly first class all the time, somebody may look at that and say, hey, that's nothing new. Yeah. I do that all the time. But I was trying to create this scenario in that question where everything is elevated. Like you said, from the time you get on the plane, it's like, wow, I've never been up in this, this class of row where you're sitting at. This is already nice. And it's kind of like how your environment can shape your concepts, right? Or how you thinking. And so when you get ready to go to wherever you're going, say you're flying to Africa, and you want to fly to Africa, and it's a specific part, whatever that is, some part of South Africa or wherever you want to go. Mm-hmm. And in your mind, you may want to go to a specific place. It may have some kind of, spiritual connection for you. It may be something there that you say, I want to see this. This is on my list of things that I can say that I experienced this thing and it was life-changing. I always wanted to know what it was like. I went and I experienced it and it was mind-blowing. And whatever that is, you might be just talking to the person that has been there, not the tour guide, but whoever, you know what I mean? The person who is historian of that particular situation. And it could be amazing things that you ask them and they'd be so simple. And you don't realize how it just all of a sudden just changes some of the complexities of things that you've been thinking about. Right. So I know that that's not an easy question to answer because, like I said, I give you the concept of a first class ticket anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? Who would you want to meet and what question would you ask? That's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot. And then to narrow it down to like a specific person and a specific question, I can understand that being complicated. But I will also say this, since life is about experiences, and like Mae West said, if you only live life once, but if you do it right, that's enough. Shouldn't we know something like that? Maybe that's something that, you know what I mean, we should jot down the window. I wouldn't mind going here, meeting this person and asking them this one question. So I don't have one either to answer that question for you. Right. I don't have a, but I thought it was intriguing. I didn't know if you had one as well. Right. But I mean, if you had one,
if I had one, period.
But it just let me know that I have to have some serious, soul searching with myself, and try to figure out that if I came across that opportunity, how would I treat it?
You could, but you don't necessarily have to, because at the end of the day, if you don't have a person even to ask, really, bruh, it's because where we're at in life. I'm telling you, back in the day, I would have said something crazy and weird. Going to the bunny ranch, and I'm asking for balls.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was, if I really wanted to do that, I could have just did it. See, once you realize that, we just talked about YOLO and calculated. What you say, risk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, if you plan the correct way, your whole life could be YOLO. If you ever pay attention, a lot of times when we label something YOLO, we're labeling it YOLO because one, it could either harm us real bad physically or financially.
Yeah. 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 Or we're trying to convince ourselves that doing that thing, even though it doesn't, like you said, make sense financially,
right,
or something else of value, we do it and say the justification is I'm only going to have one life to try it.
Right.
So sometimes and that's the reality.
Yep. Because the thing we basically say is two things can both be true.
Absolutely, bro, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can take us up out of here with that one, bro.
That was another episode of Good Questions right here on the Porch Podcast. Tune in next week for the same type of questions that we love to give you guys the answers to. And I love them. They're great questions. And this has been episode 230 right here at the Porch Podcast. Man, clap it up one more time for that. You can hear this episode and all your favorite episodes and all episodes on your favorite podcast and streaming sites like Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Audible, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you listen to your podcast at. Pete, tell them where they can see us at.
Catch us each and every week right on our YouTube channel at The Porch Podcast. As we say all the time, if you have not done so already, please like the video, share them, leave comments as we respond to each and every one of them. You know, we say each and every week, man, you know, we know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you. It's been episode number 230, and we look forward to seeing y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe, be blessed, family. Peace.
Who on the porch?
Let's go.